Is there a difference in the degree of change needed between the middle manager to executive level based on culture? Absolutely. Our research takes into account leaders from all sizes of companies, all different sectors, different countries. And so our research is what translates, what shows up across a very broad group of leaders and organizations. And so when we look at individual leaders in individual organizations, we really need to take into account the culture of that organization. So, for example, as leaders move from mid to executive level, one of the things we see is that highly effective senior leaders are assertive and very persuasive, and have very high expectations for pr- people producing at a high level, and they tend to be quite innovative. So, what if you're in an organization that is more cautious, more conservative? What if you're in an organization that is extremely consensual? Um, in that case, as coaches, we need to overlay the research with the cultural dynamics, and we need to balance what the research tells us helps in the journey with who the individual is, with the context in which they're leading. So, absolutely, culture is hugely important. Um, the research tells us what seems to be common across many different patterns organizationally, but we still have to integrate that research in the microcosm that the leader finds themselves in. And so, yes, culture makes a difference, and we need to reflect on the research against the culture as well as against the leader and the leader's unique situation in order to make the research serve the individual leader and the individual situation, and not make the leader or the culture sort of beholden to the research. So, as always, use the research as a starting point, and then as coaches, we modify it based on what we learn about the individual, the role that they're in, and the culture of the organization.